purpose of this presentation is an assigned book report on The Trusted Leader, 2nd edition, 2012. The book is a collection of 13 essays designed to provide a framework for developing trust and confidence between leaders who govern and followers who are governed. According to the text, ideal leadership in public service needs to promote honesty, integrity, fairness, and liberty. The Trusted Leader takes a normative stance on the dynamics of leadership, focusing on career civil service. The text provides a theoretical perspective on leadership concepts, including self-awareness, effective conversations, coaching, leading, high performance, diversity, and collaborating. The book also provides a practical guidance on how leaders build trust and foster confidence between citizens and public officials through career political relationships, working with Congress, engineering experiences, and harnessing technology to strengthen democracy and global leadership. The majority of biographies provided in the list of contributors demonstrate heavy emphasis on both past and present senior and adjunct faculty of the Federal Executive Institute. Among the contributors are the book's editors Newell and Ronayne, each former deans of faculty, and Reher, a faculty adjunct. The book is careful to assert that the views of the essayists do not represent any official endorsement by the Office of Personnel Management or the Federal Executive Institute. However, the past and present FEI affiliation of many of the essayists is important for understanding the leadership training potentials and limitations offered by the collection. Because it is understood that leaders must remain within the range of public opinion in their role, a central tenet of the text rests on the assumption that relationships between the government and the governed are poor, and these poor relationships threaten the nation's future success. Several propositions provide the basis for the selection of essays included in the book. First, trust is fundamental and affects all work done within and across agencies. Second, trust proceeds from the inside out, and the book considers the role of federal career executives and their need to build successful relationships to become trusted leaders. Third, any lack of trust has negative downward effects, such as the lack of shared data amongst intelligence agencies, which can lead to unnecessary fatalities in the military. Finally, trust is anchored in a relationship. Therefore, trust is essential to effective functioning government and is embedded in the relations among leaders and followers. The book acknowledges that building shared values, effective relationships, and trust is the hard work of effective leadership. These are the foundations for critical connections and necessary for creating high-performing organizations in government. The institution of core values relies on the identification of those values which are essential to organizational function and that can be agreed upon among members. This implies the importance of distributive leadership with open communication that can foster relationships from which to derive and promote essential core values. When ethical issues arise, values-based leaders must know how to practice loyal dissent. Unfortunately, the 1960s and 1970s were encumbered with situations that fostered a lack of trust in government, including soaring homicide rates, significant increases in the tax base, the loss of the Vietnam War, and a presidential resignation. A change in the laws following Watergate made it harder to distinguish between minor and major transgressions among public leaders. Although the book does not attempt to focus on the role of elected or appointed officials, public perception of persons in these positions affects the amount and degree of trust that it has in its government leaders. The book also covers the use and implementation of electronic technologies among career executives, used to improve communications and information sharing. The use of virtual teams has helped leaders to overcome deficiencies in budget allocations for travel and enhance relationships among peers within and across organizations. Technology implementations have also led to the development of e-government departments and processes such as tax filing and more recently e-billing for Medicare reimbursement. A basic assumption of the trusted leader is that career leaders are important players in reversing the trust deficit. The outline of the text exemplifies leadership behaviors and external relationships necessary for building trust and promoting effective government. High-quality relations, where trust is high, represent positive social capital, which is critical to organizational success. The text clearly differentiates between business and government and provides an adequate argument for not running government like a business. Some of the processes may be the same, but the outcome is not. After all, the business of corporations is generally profit for shareholders, management, and employees. The outcome of government is public service, delivered in a fair, equitable, and accountable manner. Where relationships are high in trust, members are more willing to engage in social exchange and cooperative interaction. The book asserts that efforts to improve government have formerly focused on business-like processes of policies, programs, structures, and systems without comparable efforts on building shared values and effective relationships, the building blocks for enhancing trust. This in part is due to the Code of Ethics for Public Administration, which demand a particular respect of the constitutional system that engenders distrust. The Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution in a way that prohibited the formation of a single government in which states could be consolidated and/or the consolidation of governmental power. The result is fragmented authority, which challenges collaboration and sharing. The future of leadership and leadership skills and behaviors may need to adjust to 21st century challenges while sustaining a system of 18th century governmental structures. Mutual trust is indispensable and based on the assumption that others are acting in accordance with the public interest in mind. In conclusion, the essays that make up The Trusted Leader provide examples of values-based leadership and can be used as a framework for building trust and forging essential relationships.